And now we're going to give our review of 355. For a second crack in directing, Simon Kinberg is taking a break from IP fairing, kicking off a spy franchise with 355. Kinberg teams up with Jessica Chastain, who serves as a producer, who had a bizarre role in his directorial debut of 2019's X-Men Dark Phoenix, which was his second failed attempt to adapt a seminal Chris Claremont story, the bloated X-Men The Last Stand, with the intention of taking a stab at a spy genre conventions with the fate of the world as we know it at stake. With 2 Oscar winners and 1 nominee, one could understand how such a collaboration would be an optimistic endeavor for all involved. Indeed, the draw is seeing what kind of dramatic espionage thrills this talented female ensemble can deliver, but unfortunately they succumb to woefully unoriginal material, with poorly written dialogue and action sequences that lack the visceral dynamism needed for such a production. The story opens in Colombia as we see a mysterious buyer pull up in an SUV to what resembles your run-of-the-mill drug dealer location. He's not there to seal a deal with a drug lord, however, but rather a drive the size of a smartphone that serves as a totally untraceable master key that is capable of compromising and destabilizing anything relying on technology. So everything. As a product example, the seller asks the buyer to look out the window and up at the sky, as the seller's son takes away a laptop the drive is plugged into, and in no time, an airplane can be seen exploding and hurling to the ground. A team of nearby special ops, led by DNI agent Louise, played by Edgar Ramirez, witness this as they surround the estate, thinking they are closing in on a typical drug deal. It's an intriguing opening, but even here, as the movie starts, it feels like there's something lacking in what is presented. The next time we see Luis, he is meeting with DNI psychologist, played by Penelope Cruz, in Paris, where he is trying to sell the device. It's unclear how she found him or how long she's been working with him, but it's clear that Kinberg, who co-wrote the screenplay, isn't concerned with offering the audience any of these details. There's no time for us to understand who this character is that Cruz is playing. It's simply a moment to let the audience know, hey, Penelope Cruz is in this. Who else is in Paris? 2 CIA agents. Mason Brown, played by Chastain, and her frequent partner Nick, played by Sebastian Stan, are there because of their drive and posing as a married couple hoping to acquire the MacGuffin before it gets in the wrong hands. Also present is steely undercover B&D agent Marie, played by Diane Kruger, who is zeroing in on the drive's location with a honed determination. These agents inevitably merge through foot chases, gunfire, betrayals, resulting in Chastain's Mace recruiting former MI6 agent and tech genius Khadija, and the pair soon put together an unlikely team together after they are unexpectedly joined by Lin, a composed Chinese MSS agent who is calmly one step ahead of everyone at every step. With their goal to avert doomsday, these women must work things out amongst each other in order to stay focused on their common goal. Each of the female characters that compose the team in the 355 are emotionally motivated to varying degrees and effects. These motivations are clear clichés, but the pedigree of the cast help move the material beyond its obvious machinations. They're all captivating to watch, and it's fun to see them team up in an action thriller, if only the writing was better. Chastain and Kruger are a great pair. At first, their characters clash, which is fun to watch, but it's enjoyable and entertaining to watch them navigate their characters individually and watch them come together eventually. The odd one out on this team is Cruz's. While she does the best with what's given to her, her character behaves in such bizarre and confounded ways. At one point, she has to flirt with a potential target in a formal environment, and she doesn't know how. Sure, that could be a thing, but why not get why this is? Of all the characters, she's the only one who is married with kids and is not an agent or spy. So it makes sense that she hasn't had to flirt in a while, but come on. She could be our gateway character, yet that option just isn't explored. There is one particularly tense and emotional scene where all the actors on the team are given the opportunity to really bring it. And although it is a scene that incorporates more tropes of the genre, they deliver raw and real in-the-moment responses that are quite breathtaking. Kinberg's handling of the action of the 355 isn't great, but it's not bad. It's clear that the reimagining the spy genre over the years, with the Bourne movies, the Mission Impossible series, the John Wick movies, has impacted and influenced how we take in these movies and how they're made. Kinberg has seen success as a producer, but his writing has chronically come up short, often bungling basic storylines and injecting eye-rolling dialogue. He ambitiously bounces the story around the world, stopping in Morocco, in China, like many other spy movies. But the 355 needed to do something different and new in order to rise above the genre trappings. At this point in viewing action films and in movie making, it's not enough to say that a female-led action team is different and new in and of itself. But it isn't, because we're beyond that, and we don't need to see them mired in genre trappings. The original angle of the material needs to go beyond what gender the characters are, primarily because audiences have been so inundated with action and spy movies for so long. So what different style or approach can be brought to them? It just doesn't seem like such questions are considered in the making of the 355. No doubt, the 355 isn't boring. It's quite energetically paced, but it's not particularly engaging. Though, since it's so easy to acknowledge all these genre trappings that are blaringly apparent, even one villain surprise is a total, of course, eye-roll moment. No viewer wants to watch a movie and see where the plot is going, and unfortunately it seems these types of movies where this occurs the most. The movie's title derives from Agent 355, the code name of a female spy for the Patriots during the American Revolution. In the trailer for the movie, it seems like that's the name Chastain's character is going to give this team, but that never happens on the feature. For better or for worse, we don't know. It's just oddly referenced in a conversation she has with Stan's character. Ultimately, this is a star-studded action flick getting dropped in January, and those who know that this is the month where movies go to die will consider that and likely go into the 355 with lowered expectations. While there's nothing challenging here, there is still escapism to be embraced here, and at this time in the world, that can be just what is needed. So, to be fair, I'm going to give it 3 stars out of 5. It's not a horrible action movie. Best way I describe it is it's a Netflix movie. It should have been just sold to Netflix or HBO or Amazon, but and their marketing wasn't that good when it first came out, because it was supposed to come out, I think, 2 years ago, and everybody kind of forgot about this movie. But I mean, it's worth going to watch it in theaters, so either go watch it in a movie theater, or you can wait and watch it on DVD or streaming, wherever they decide to put it first. Probably VOD. So yeah, check it out today. And that is all we have for this episode of the Cinema Gold Show. Let us know your thoughts on the topics we covered. And if you want to support the show, buy us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/cinemagold. Your support helps the channel grow, upgrade our equipment, bring in new writers and hosts, create new shows. Your support will make that happen. Let us know on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram if there's any topics you'd like us to cover in future episodes. But as always, thank you so much for listening and watching, and we'll see you next time.